everyone! Thanks for joining us for another episode here on Epic Gen Table Talk. Today's episode is all about mobility, so get ready to get up and move and stretch. Because later on in the show, we'll be having a physiotherapist and a mobility specialist joining us to spread their expertise. But first, let's talk all about the posture we see in today's youth. Hello everyone! Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, I love this energy! Woo! Looks like we're ready to work out. Let me see those gains. Whoa! Yeah, I love the sportswear we're wearing. And by the way, welcome back, Tyler. We're so lucky to have you here. And thanks for dropping by, Jonah and Tiffany.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, totally. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you guys can be louder than that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mikes. Anyways, let's chat all about this topic. And I'm sure it's something that we are all familiar with. Bad posture. Oh, the horror of it all. No, but like seriously, they're calling it a full-on epidemic. Like, it's crazy, a slouching epidemic, because slouching is so prevalent in people today because we're all on our phones, we're all on our computers, we're all on devices that parents said would ruin our eyes, and now it's ruining our backs. So have you guys ever found yourselves slouching a lot?
See, I don't actually find myself that often, only sometimes randomly. But my mom, she's always telling me like, Tristan, stop looking down so much. You're always on the phone.
I think we can all relate to that here. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How about you, Jonah?
Yeah, especially too when I play video games, my mom is always like telling me to change my posture because I always just tend to slouch, especially too when I'm playing and I'm focused, you just gotta lock in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get that. Yeah. For me, it's like all the time, but I don't even notice it. It's just like when like I'll just be sitting there, like I'll be like really into doing like the work and I'm focusing. It's part of my problem is my eyesight. So I'll be like leaning in like this and I'll realize I'm like, oh, this is horrible. And I'll like fix my back.
Same to you.
For me, it's totally when I'm performing. Like when I'm performing, I'm a little too in the zone and I start like, it's becoming the C shape. Like, have you guys ever seen that? I swear there's something called that in the world, but yeah.
As for me, like sometimes I'm just so natural, I just bend over and just write notes like this. It's just more comfortable to just bend over.
Exactly.
Are any of you guys doing it right now?
I think I am.
I think I might be, honestly.
So go and get our posture back right now.
Me, like, I always find myself hunching back like a shrimp. And then it's usually my mom who has to point it out. And she's like, ay nako, dili ang bako. It's just like, hey, stop slouching. So then that's my like wake up call to fix my posture. Yeah.
So there's also like this one bad posture that I read about, and it's called the text neck or the tech neck. It's like when your head's like kind of leaning a bit more forward because you're like on your phone. Are any of you guys a little bit guilty of this one?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think
Raise
so.
your hand if you are. I think.
Close your eyes, guys, close your eyes.
I mean, for me, I know. I'm not gonna say the names, but I know two people that.
I know him too.
They have the same neck, and it's the most insane 90-degree angle you'll see. Like they'll look down at their phone to play their video games, and their like neck is like this, and their head is looking down. I don't even know how it's so bad. I don't know how that's possible.
It's worse because they're twins.
Oh my god, they're twins?
No way.
That's your tech necks.
It's okay. Okay, they're great. So
I have really bad posture, guys. This is me calling myself out. I have really bad posture, so I went to a chiropractor for it. And there's like this experience when they pop your back and like you're scared that you're just gonna like break apart. But then it feels fine. It feels fine. And even now, like my posture is like it's a little off, but we're better now. It's like I'm slanted. Giving Humpty Dumpty.
No.
Anyone else have that experience?
As for me, sometimes I'm walking around the school, my phone, I'm looking down my phone. I don't
Yeah.
see anything. I'm just looking down. I bump into people sometimes, but I'm just so distracted.
I did that the other day and I actually fell up the stairs.
Oh,
Wait, how do you fall up the stairs?
I've never fallen down the stairs. That's a topic for another day.
Well, have you ever felt like the hunchback of Notre Dame after like carrying a really heavy backpack?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely guilty. Especially too, it just feels like a sledgehammer. Especially 'cause, like every time I always have so much stuff in my bag, and it's just like once I take it out, I'm like, oh, is it really that heavy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I feel that. I mean, I have like a really small bag, so I have a lot in it, and so it just also looks stupid from the outside because it's like really stuffed, and I look like a turtle.
Like me, I just stuff like 2 textbooks, sometimes my laptop, and like 3 different binders, and it's so bulky I can barely fit it in my locker. Like it's so bad.
Is it?
Oh, the same for me. I'm walking home with that bag, 2 textbooks, a laptop, maybe some binders. It's like a boulder's on my back, and I take it off. I just throw it on the ground. Like, I'm done with it.
Goodbye.
It's probably gonna make a loud thump if it's that heavy.
Oh yeah.
It probably breaks the floor. I don't know. Do any of you guys ever feel any tightness or pain in your back, neck, or shoulders? Like I do all the time. Like I'm always on my phone. I'm down like that. But any stretch that I do, I just like a little rotation like that. What do you guys do?
Yeah, personally, I think I do the same thing. I just do more like this, just kind of like when it starts to ache a little bit, just do this a little few times, just maybe make it better.
Yeah,
That's good.
Me too. It actually concerns me. I swear it sounds like a ramen packet. Like, that's what my neck sounds like, and it's actually concerning. But
My vocal teacher completely like forces us, like we have to be flexible. So she makes us like fold down into ragdoll position where you touch the toes, you put your hands on the floor. You have to be flexible, no tension. And she does this because she wants to beat everyone else in the retirement home by tying her shoes. And I find that really impressive. I aspire to be like her one day.
In the retirement home, you just gotta, oh, I can tie my shoes and no one else can.
You ever find it creepy when anyone just like cracks their neck just like that? Just,
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, I naturally do because I have a tick in my neck, which we got either from bad sleep habits or from my phone. I don't know which one, but I have a little tick in my neck, so.
All right, so just listening to these discussions on posture and stretches, it's clear that we are in need of professional help. Get us help.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'm sure some of you guys in the audience can totally relate. So please stay because right after this break, we'll be having some amazing specialists joining us to help share some more tips and tricks to help keep us healthy and safe.
joining us in the studio today are 2 incredible experts here to share with us some benefits about mobility and good posture. Here we have Param, a physiotherapist, and Vipula, a mobility and fitness instructor specialist. Everyone, let's give them an energetic welcome.
Well, thank you for having us here.
No, it's a pleasure to be here. We hope we could spread some information and educate.
And we're so excited to learn, and we're glad to have you here. Now, let's start with you, though, Param. What are some health concerns that you've noticed in teens' bad posture?
So when it comes to teens, a lot of teens, they tend to be on their phones or on their computers, right? I mean, we live in a world where everybody's on a device. So sometimes what we see is some poor postures, right? Like especially the forward head posture, just because we're constantly on our phones or in front of a computer or we're gaming or watching TV, and we spend a lot of times in front of a screen. So, that tends to have some consequences if we're not addressing it. So we tend to have a little bit of tightness in our neck, even our mid back, shoulders. So definitely something that we want to think about is our posture. Obviously nobody's going to be in a perfect posture all the time, but something we want to consider is, are we always changing our posture? Are we getting into a better position, or are we just staying in one position for too long? The important thing is, we just want to keep things moving, right? That's the whole idea. Like you don't want to be in one position for too long. Yeah.
Pram, could you please tell us what the difference is between mobility and flexibility?
Oh,
and when should a teenager expect to like find professional help or like seek out professional help from a physiotherapist such as yourself for posture and mobility issues?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, actually. So yeah, mobility and flexibility, the way I would describe it is, in our bodies we have bone, hard tissue, and soft tissue, right? So when it comes to flexibility, we would think about our soft tissues, so our muscles, our tendons, our connective tissues, our fascia. So those are the soft tissues, right? So when it comes to flexibility are we able to lengthen those tissues? And when it comes to mobility, I'm thinking more of our joints, right? So between two bones, it's a joint. Now, is a joint stiff? Is that moving well or not? So there are differences between mobility and flexibility, and it comes down to, are we talking about a soft tissue or are we talking about a joint, right? So it's important to address both. We don't just want to be flexible, we want our joints to be able to move as well so that we have optimal movement, right? So that's where a physiotherapist could come in and see, hey, is this a joint problem or is it a muscle problem? Sometimes it's both, but sometimes it's one versus the other. And we can do joint mobilizations and see, is the joint stiff? We could do length tension testing or muscle testing and see if it's a soft tissue problem. So if anybody's having any issues with their neck, mid-back, shoulder, or, they're getting some other kind of like radiating pain, like nerve issues, so these can all be signs of something going on with our posture, and that's a great time to go see a physio or a chiro or a massage, or even get a massage if it's a soft tissue problem. So.
It's good that you pointed out the difference between mobility and flexibility, because I personally didn't even know that myself.
Yeah.
But Vipula, a question for you. Do you have any tips on how to relieve or prevent injury in teens that are always active? They go to the gym or play sports. Do you have any tips or strategies to help prevent injury for that?
Well, definitely. We can always have strategies to make our fitness or any kind of sports or even your day-to-day physical activities a little bit easier. So the first thing that I would like to highlight is mobility and flexibility, since we are talking about it. So just imagine that, your joints are moving better. For example, it's my shoulder. I'm able to take it up, behind, sideways, forward. So if my shoulder is moving freely, I'm able to do my workouts, my exercises. Even shoulder presses is one of the most common exercise we do very comfortably, and I will not have injuries. But imagine if your shoulder is stiff and you're not able to go beyond this point. Imagine if you're pushing your dumbbells or your bar up, you will be injured, right? Because your muscles, your joints on the shoulder is not supporting you. So first thing is mobility, to make sure your joint is moving better. For full body, your hip joint, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your ankles, your knees. And then figuring out if your flexibility is good or not, so that your muscles can also support you in doing those physical movements. Second strategy would be warming up. So a lot of times in gyms, you might be seeing people, they just come in, do a treadmill, and then start working out. So they do not activate their muscles for a specific muscle group that they are going to target at the gym. For example, I'm a hiker. I hike a lot. So I prefer to activate my lower body a lot because I'm going to walk incline, I'm going to walk decline. So I make sure that my lower body's muscles are activated. And third thing that I can highlight is form and technique. If you are someone who's at a gym or in a particular kind of sports, be it soccer, be it football, you really want to make sure that your form and technique is correct. That's where your fitness coaches or even your own awareness about performing, for example, at gym, deadlifts and squats are really very common. You see almost everybody doing it, but these two exercises are the most injury prone, honestly. You know why? Because our hips most of the times are stiff. Again, we are sitting all the time, we are lying on our beds, so our hips are stiff. We'll definitely end up having injuries. So even while deadlift and squats, if our hip joint is moving free, we can actually perform it without having injuries. So these 3 tips and tricks can actually make a very beautiful and positive change in your workouts and day-to-day life.
Now, how can teens, during the present, how can they keep their joints, posture, and body healthy for the future?
Well, again, you have to make mobility and yoga your best friends. So honestly, if our joints, our muscles are moving freely, anything in your life will be easier. And here, I'm not just talking about gym or any kind of physical activity. I'm talking about even your day-to-day work. Imagine you're picking up something from the floor. Imagine you're keeping something on the shelf. You need your joints to be free. They need to be mobile. Imagine dragging a table. Imagine pulling a chair. You need your muscles and joints to move freely so that you can do every single thing in your life easily. Secondly, I feel sometimes affordability is another question. Some people can afford, going to physical fitness coaches or classes. Some people cannot. So all you need for this is just a yoga mat and some space in your house. Don't you think that's easy? You don't need dumbbells, you don't need equipments. Just do mobility with your own body, using your own arms, your legs, your body. It's so easy. You don't need. And in fact, I believe 10 to 15 minutes, honestly, 3 times a week is more than enough. You don't need hours in the gym. You do not need specifically to get ready, to go out. Just pick 15 minutes, 3 days a week, more than enough. And your life is so much sorted.
Well, by the way, what I wanted to add there, Vipula, is, speaking of affordability, I do understand sometimes, our services could be a little bit expensive and affordability could be a challenge. But, we are covered by extended health insurance. So if you have a job with benefits, then a lot of times our services are covered. And also to add for like teenagers, if you're 19 years of age or younger, you can actually get physiotherapy covered by OHIP as well. But you would have to go to certain OHIP funded clinics or clinics that could bill OHIP for physiotherapy. So if you're 19 years or younger or 65 or older, you could have physiotherapy covered by OHIP. Yeah, which is pretty good.
All right, thank you. Those are some great tips. Now, let's take a break and get ready to loosen up for some fun stretches. And stick around because we'll be diving into some ways that you can rock that perfect posture.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time to get our muscles working and stretch it out with us. We have our mats here, and V's here to help teach us about some stretches to help relieve the neck kinks you have by going on your phone. V, take it away.
Alrighty, so let's get started. So these stretches, first of all, you can perform 2 to 3 times a day. In fact, if you want, or at least once a day, you can do these stretches on your mat while sitting, or even you can do it while standing, or even on your chair, even on your working desktop. These stretches are pretty easy to do and do not need any equipment and will definitely help you better over the period of time. So are you ready?
Yeah!
Alrighty, so let's get started. So the first stretch that we're going to do is you're going to take your right hand and you're going to touch your left ear. And now your right ear will touch your right shoulder. All right, so stretch it out. We're going to hold for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to return to the back to the. We're going to return back to the similar position. Again, we're going to do it again. Holding it for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Return. Now again. Holding for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Come back to the normal position. We are going to switch now. So now your left hand, your right ear, and we're going to touch our left ear with our left shoulder. Stretch it out, everyone. Holding for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to the normal position. Again, holding for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's your first stretch. Moving on to the second stretch, we're going to create a double chin here by doing a chin tuck. So we're going to try to touch your chin to your neck, and you will feel that you have a double chin here. From here, we are moving towards the right side. Like this, we're holding for 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Come back. Again, we'll repeat it 2 more times, everyone. Chin touching your neck, creating a double chin, holding for 5, 3, 4, 5. Come back to the normal position. One more time, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we'll repeat on the alternate side. Again, create a double chin on your left, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back again. We'll do 2 more reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one last rep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your second stretch. Third stretch here is going to be now, what you're going to do is are going to look on the right corner of the room. So you are going to tilt your neck looking at the right corner of the room. Holding for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Again, we're going to repeat it 2 more times. Going to look on the right corner of the room for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once more, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we'll repeat it on the left side now, left corner of the room. So we're going to hold it for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Again, we're going to do it 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One last time and we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So last stretch of the day is just creating double chins. I know everyone hates double chins, but this double chin will get rid of your neck pain. All right, everyone. So we're going to create a double chin trying to touch our chin to our neck, and we're going to hold for 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Come back to the normal position once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're not touching your chin to your chest. You're touching your chin to your neck. You're not going to do that, but you'll have a double chin here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're done. How are you feeling, everyone?
Great.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you so much. My neck feels much better now.
Oh, that's good. That's
Don't you guys
good.
agree?
Yeah.
Well, you'll feel even better when you'll do it every day for a couple days. You feel the change.
Now let's keep the momentum going. Now welcome, Pram.
Thank you guys.
Okay, Pram. We did our last set of stretches for our neck. Now can you show us some stretches to help our posture and to prevent injuries?
Absolutely. So we're going to go over a couple stretches for our mid-back, and so you guys can follow along here. So first, I'm going to get you to go on your hands and knees. And what we want to do here is we want to bring our wrists directly under our shoulders and our knees directly under our hips. So we're going to start kind of in this position. It's called a tabletop position, right? So you want to bring your knees up a little bit there, Tristan, yeah, just so that it's more underneath your hips. And your wrists are directly under your shoulders here. So what we're gonna do here, this is called a cat camel or angry cat camel. So we're gonna first round our back and we wanna look down in this position. And we can hold that position for about 5 seconds. So we could count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is called a cat, angry cat. Then we're gonna dip our mid-back and entire spine down and look up. Right, so you want to look forward and bring that spine down. So this is our camel pose. So we hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's repeat that so we get a hang of this. So angry cat here, push our spine up and look down so the head moves as well. And count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we dip down and look up and we count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I like to do this stretch about 5 times in each position. It's a great way to get more flexibility in our back, especially the mid-back. The next stretch I'm going to do is just work a little bit on our rotation in that position. So our mid-back is very good at rotating, so we're going to get back into that position. So wrists directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hips. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just start with our right hand. We're going to thread that through that little opening between our left arm and left leg, and try to just kind of turn as much as you can there, and then we rotate out, and try to bring that the other way. And you just want to move slowly through this. We don't necessarily need to hold this for 5 seconds or anything like that, but I want us to go through a few repetitions here and move nice and slow through full range. And let's try to do about 5 repetitions. And then pull it through and out. So it's a great way to get some rotation through our mid-back. And back out. And let's do one more. And good. And let's bring that right hand down. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So we're going to thread the needle here, go through, try to go as far as you can there comfortably, and then you're going to bring that out and rotate the other way. And you may find that you could go further on one side versus the other, and that's okay. It just means we got to work on that side that's not moving so well. And bring that out. I think we have to do 3 more here, so let's thread that through. And bring it out. And let's do another one. And out. And our last one here. And bring it out. And then we can get back to our position. Now, something I also like to do, and something that we can do while we're sitting or standing, is just working on some rotation. Let's say you're sitting in front of a computer for too long, and you want to take a little, and your mid back is a little bit sore, and you want to get a quick stretch. An easy way to do it is just kind of make a little clasp of your hand, and you want to hold that against your chest, so you're moving your whole body as a unit. Okay, so you're going to hold that in your chest, and you're going to just turn to one side and the other. And you turn the other way, and the other. So this one, if you would like, you could hold it for maybe 2 to 3 seconds in each position, and it's a great way to kind of stretch that back. And relax. Good. And there you have it.
Wow, those stretches are really good by V and Param. Thank you so much. I know I feel relaxed. How do you guys feel?
I feel energized.
That's good? Awesome. To all our viewers, we hope that you tried these stretches at home and are feeling the great benefits. Remember to keep stretching to get good posture and mobility. And we'll see you next time for more epic chats with Epic Gen Table Talk. Whoa!